Wilson Stadium as the Chicago Bears pay a visit to the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. I'm Ray Bentley, along with my partner, Ron Pitts. And, Ron, both these teams have a similar situation at quarterback.
Yeah.
Those play. Football here in Orchard Park, New York, 40 degrees. A wind that will swirl around a little bit. Ron Pitts, you were down on the field. Tell me about that.
There, Newman will probably rush.
Miller, Wiley has him by the feet. He gets
He's
away.
not down yet.
And now he will be sacked. Sam Cowart comes up from the linebacker spot and makes the initial hit along with Sam Rogers.
I think Marcellus Wiley is a
Antoine Smith in the backfield. Flutie fakes to him and now dumps it underneath to Morris. Sammy Morris' second catch of the day goes for big yardage into Bears territory. Urlacher knocks him out of bounds.
That looked like a bad angle taken there by Mike Brown. Needs to think.
3rd and 7, Bears blitz. Flutie dumps it underneath. Wide open McDaniel. And Jeremy McDaniel gets all the way down to the 14-yard line before Parrish and Smith get him down. 24 yards on the play for Jeremy McDaniel.
Jeremy McDaniel.
Been there before. 1st and 10 from the 14. Flutie throws it outside, caught by Remersma. Inside the 10-yard line.
Jay Reemers.
So here after the first quarter.
Yeah, that's the one thing they wanted to do is keep their defense off the field because that's been breathe and relax. He's done everything you need to do in your lifetime. He did it all in 6 months.
Steve Christie nails the 27-yard field goal. We have our first points of the game, and the Buffalo Bills take the lead early in the second, 3-0. Linebackers being able to run and take the angles they need to get the plays.
You're killing my telescope.
Sorry, I had to reach over your shoulder. 2nd 11, Booker. Stop. They tried to run that screen that the Bills were so worried about, but Keith Newman was there for a 3-yard loss.
Isn't it funny that each got fastest on the blitz? That's why they're pointing, so they can slide that way and pick it up.
3rd and 8, Miller with time. Complete outside to Booker for the first down.
Nice play. And in this offense, sack here, at least they're in field goal range.
Blitz comes from Cowart. And it's gotten away, and it's a first down caught by James Allen, working on Newman. Nice job by Miller at getting rid of that and find it. There's the sense that you can get him later on. As Miller play actions out to the right side, tucks it under, and he is forced out of bounds by Sean Price.
Miller looks like he's hurting. He is hurting.
He's limping over there on the sideline. And now there's a timeout as Miller is down on the ground. The officials took a timeout to check out Jim Miller.
I don't know. See here.
No, I think he did it falling down.
I think he did it falling down. Or Verdi had that thing. Dan Marino had it. It just happens. And you see him shake hands there with Gary Croton now does.
Paul Edinger on for the 24-yard field goal. The unorthodox style. Nonetheless, it's good, and Edinger gets the Bears on the board, and we're all tied up here at the Ralph. Buffalo 3, Chicago 3.
On there a little bit late. A couple balls that got tipped, but I really can't say that warranted taking him out.
I think this is probably something that Wade had in mind and wanted to get Rob back in a little bit. He said he's very close to being 100%. Let's get him in there and work him out. And they've said all along they believe they can win with either guy, and now they're going to try and do that. Johnson back for his first pass, and he rolls out to the right. Cuts back, and Johnson, very Flutie-esque on the scramble, picks up the first down. 19 yards on the pickup.
Well, where the game is going to change with Johnson in. Johnson is going to be the defensive coordinator for the Bears. He's been drilling his team all week long for Flutie, getting ready for that. And now here comes Rob Johnson. Now they have to think, well, less scrambling and more down the field. And that's probably why.
2nd and 7. Rob Johnson goes up the field. What a catch by Moulds. Flag comes in. It'll most likely be on McCorders as Eric Moulds goes up and takes it away.
Great catch by Eric Moles. You know, he's used to kicking in that environment, and you have to have that kind of kicker here in Buffalo.
Well, here he is week 1 against Tennessee, a 33-yarder with 31 seconds left. The Bills win. Week 7 against San Diego, a 46-yarder in overtime. Bills win. Week 9 against the Jets, 34-yarder, no time remaining. Bills win again by 3. And then just last week against New England, a 32-yarder in overtime to pull it out for Buffalo. And he's good again, this one, from 42. And the Bills are up 6-3. Steve Christie.
Christie personifies what this team has been built on and what they're about right now. Somehow just get the win.
And a word from your local
time of possession. That was a drive where Miller got hurt. They went down the field. They started to get some first down, pick things back up. And so Matthews is going to have to step up. But the Bears defense is playing great football. That's an interesting situation there, Ray, with the quarterback change. You know, it's one.
So with the penalty now, 3rd and 9. Flutie with time. Wide open receiver. That's caught by Price, who makes up for that penalty by getting the first down. Not 20 yards on the play. Walt Harris brings Price down.
That's just the set.
Hannigan rolled it up, and Urlacher finished him off. So Antoine Smith checks in at the tailback spot. Flutie to throw on 2nd and 8. Dumps it underneath. Complete to Antoine Smith for the first down. Urlacher on the tackle, is 12th of the day. Briggs 315, and that's some beef to run behind, and that's where the Bills go. And Urlacher misses Antoine Smith. Nice job by Smith, spinning out of that tackle and getting close to the first down.
Another great.
Flutie to the air, throws it behind, and it's caught by Eric Moles.
You know what, Ray? I almost believe that is a planned throw.
No doubt about it.
Because I've seen Flutie throw that too many times. I think it's just to the tight end Remersma has been effective. There's a boot.
Roll out here, walk in. Touchdown, Buffalo.
It's just what I called. Said when it came down to it and they needed it, they were going to run it, and they did. They ran that play first time down there, and they checked it out to see if it was there. And then they came right back to it.
First rushing touchdown of the year for Doug Flutie.
And that's because the Bears didn't have that backside protected.
Steve Christie on to attempt the extra point to put Buffalo up by 10. Kick is good, and it's the Bills 13, the Bears 3, as Doug Flutie answers the call on the first drive of the second half, runs it in himself, and puts Buffalo up by 10. Capped off by the 1-yard Doug Flutie run. You see he was 3 of 4 for 52 yards. Score today, Flutie 10, Rob Johnson 3, Chicago 3. Milburn from the 19. Missed tackle, but he is brought down.
Offense than any quarterback. So for him to come in here in this situation, if you put
4 yards, 3 points. I guess they can win with both. Play action. Flutie looking down the sidelines to Moles. He makes another catch in traffic on Thomas Smith.
Flutie really had 2 guys he could have gone to. Nice play action calling.
3rd and 2. Flutie on the play action, dumps it underneath, tipped up and intercepted. Interception by Walt Harris.
Another big play by Walt Harris.
Matthews with plenty of time forces it over the middle, and it is intercepted. Keon Carpenter. Bad decision by Matthews, trying to force it in.
Matthews is trying to make that one.
The Bills take over in Bears territory at the 41. Flutie hands off to Antoine Smith, who bursts up the middle. Harris, the safety, has to make the tackle.
And once again, the Bears defense is back.
Bills have dominated holding the football.
Coming down there.
Steve Christie on to attempt his 3rd field goal of the day. This one from 39.
Look like it's
Christie No good, wide to the right.
You know what the Bears defense holds again? They stay in it, and they are keeping this.
Steve Christie keeps us at Buffalo 13, Chicago 3.
They're heavily issued down there.
3rd and 2. Enos.
That was a great shot.
I think he's short of the first down. As Keith Newman came up with a pop.
It's like this, and he usually doesn't. He prides himself in being able to stand and slide and get.
2nd and 10. Shane Matthews hands off to Allen. James Allen with a big hole. Allen up to the 48-yard line before he's ridden down.
And that
numbers for James Allen. Matthews dumps it off underneath. Big hit from Holisek.
There, those 4 linebackers. Very disciplined player. Always in the right spot. Kind of reminds you of a Ray Bentley.
Well, I'm glad you went there because
we know you're not ashamed to go places like that.
Not a bit. Robinson. Holisek brings him down, but a nice throw from Matthews, threading it in there. I know, for negative yards. Intercepted. Carpenter, his 2nd of the game.
I'm not so sure where he was throwing that ball.
Keon Carpenter, his 4th interception of the year, 2nd of the game. Thwarts another Bears drive. Bills up 13-3. Players under rocks and things like that, but here we go. Number 50 of the Bills back in the 80s. Yours truly. I remember that play.
You
and
remember
here you
all
go
of
on a punt return. I had the block that sprung you right there at the top.
Why is it that for like 15 years I never heard anything about that block, and all of a sudden that's all I hear about?
Well, you know, at some point you got to stand up and take credit for something that you did.
Thanks for the block,
all right,
brother. Appreciate it.
Love. That's
15 years
thing.
late, but you know what?
Checks in the mail, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Number 50, getting a hand in the chest, and the timing is what the punt return is all about. Am I right?
Well, that's kind of like, you know, the voting debate we got going on right now. Did the guy beat you downfield? You just happened to get in a position to maybe clip him, or was it a good block, or what?
Well, I think the answer speaks for itself.
Major, and he'll tell you about it because he knows a little something about everything.
Blitz comes. Matthews wide open up the middle to Kennison. Henry Jones whips him down.
And the Bills are going to sit back a little bit.
2nd and 10. Matthews underneath, complete. Kennison again. The Bears going to that hurry up.
You know, one of the things that
come in. 2nd and 10. Underneath, complete to Booker.
Get out of bounds.
And Booker gets hit, but he does end up getting out of bounds. They stop the clock. Watson comes up from the corner and makes the play. Matthews hit from behind, fumble.
That looks like a fumble to me.
It's picked up, and Newman is off to the races. He's caught from behind. He fumbles. And now it's picked up by Porter, and Porter will go into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Looked like rugby for a minute.
I didn't see a scrum, so that wouldn't be that.
That's coming up. Darryl Porter picks up the fumble, the 2nd fumble, and brings it in. Newman picked up the first one. He lost. You know, the Bears can't challenge. They have no timeouts left.
I think that's
definitely a fumble anyway.
I think that's a fumble.
Sam Rogers, 3rd sack, 2nd forced fumble. And then Porter right where he needs to be. So Darryl Porter puts more points on the board for the Bills. Christie adds the extra point, and Buffalo is up now 20-3 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left here at Ralph Wilson Stadium.
it's ended with the quarterbacks. Buffalo made a change there in the middle of the
big deal about it, and in the house, you know what? You just let that be out, and you focus on other things, things you need to get done.
Isn't it a positive though, in a way, that you have two guys that can play?
Absolutely. And that's one thing
at the free safety position, because he was the quarterback back there, lined everybody up, and there's an interception for Porter.
Gerald Porter, his first interception. Add that on to the touchdown he had earlier in the Bills secondary. Played very well today. Dick Duran and they really see a brighter future with that team. And
play here.
They're reviewing it.
They can call interference.
From the booth
well, no, they can't, because Porter's looking back at the ball, and they're going to let that arm tangling stuff go. That's what.
And New England was trailing Cleveland earlier. The Miami Dolphins and Indianapolis and the Jets, they all played later today. So Wade Phillips and his Buffalo Bills beat the Chicago Bears 20-3 here today. Buffalo goes to 6-4. The Bears drop to 2-8.